World leaders have arrived at the United Nations to sign the landmark Paris Climate Agreement to lower global carbon emissions. It's considered one of the most important deals for the future of the planet and was reached in December. More than 170 countries are expected to formally sign the agreement, but each nation will have to go through its own ratification process.
We are in a race against time. I urge all countries to move quickly to join the agreement at the national level so that the Paris Agreement can enter into force as early as possible.
Well, I'm joined now by Hakon Saelen in Oslo. He's a researcher at the Centre for International Climate and Environmental Research. Thank you very much for your time. So today is said to be then the first big test for that Paris climate deal. Do you foresee any hurdles to overcome in today's part of the process?
Today it seems like it has good chances of getting a record number of signatories on the first day for any treaty in history. So it's looking quite good for the first step on this process for getting the Paris Agreement to enter into force. But it is only the first step. After the signing, each country has to go through domestic motions to ratify or accept the agreement, and that usually takes quite some more time.
So do you see that part of the process will take time? Is that because there's a lot more opposition to the deal within each country?
Normally it takes quite a bit of time because some countries have to put it through their domestic parliament, and the last major climate agreement took 8 years to ratify. But this time key countries such as the USA and China have signaled that they will try to get it ratified already this year to keep the momentum up, and also, that will also put pressure on other governments to act quickly. So at this point I'm quite optimistic that this treaty can enter into force within 1 or 2 years, and well in time before 2020, when the targets under the agreement start to come into action.
So what are the challenges then that each government will face in getting it through its own parliament? What is the opposition potentially to this deal?
The domestic processes vary a lot from country to country, and in the EU, for example, all 28 member states have to ratify it, and that is expected to take some more time. And there could also arise opposition in various countries throughout the world, but for the agreement to enter into force, it needs 55 countries representing at least 55% of global emissions, and reaching that hurdle seems quite surmountable.
Okay, Hakon Saelen, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your optimism as well.